Okay, I took the bait, people. I had to torture myself listening to her rant and rave about GoFundMe. Adrielle, you really truly need to sit back and look and listen at how you act and how you sound, because you are a narcissist at its finest. But let's continue.
Stalking, harassment, bullying, and cyberbullying. Because unfortunately, you would think that cyberbullying stays on the internet. However, we have learned that these people escalate and they get violent. And we learned that they get violent last year in May of 2024, which is why we fell into a crisis and had to move.
Adrielle, are you talking about when your son essayed a teenager and then he went to a pre-planned fight? Is that what you're talking about? It is, isn't it? But you don't want to say that, now do ya? And everyone, don't forget, she had a GoFundMe up, and she got, I believe, $4,500 from that GoFundMe to move. But let's find out why she wants this GoFundMe. Or should I say, why she's so angry that they're investigating it.
Read the description in my fundraiser. I need assistance saving back all the money that was spent on attorney fees due to cyberbullying, harassment, and stalking.
This is what I mean. Do you even hear yourself? You create a GoFundMe to replace your savings? I noticed your nails as you hit the camera several times. Yeah, your nails. The mani and pedi that you went and got, that cost money, Adrielle. That could have replaced your savings. I noticed that you're really tan. I know you like to claim that that's how dark you are, but we all know you love to tan. That costs money. And what about that huge apartment, not mansion, huge apartment you live in? $3,500 a month? I bet you could downsize. You have 2 children. You could easily get a smaller 3-bedroom apartment. But no, you want to live out of your means, above your means, and you want us to support it. Please, people, duet this. Show me who has $24,000 sitting in their bank account right now. I sure as hell don't. The fact that you make a GoFundMe, and for that reason, and you don't see anything wrong with that, that just proves you're a narcissist, through and through, and a very entitled one at that.
Thousands of miles away, I was having government officials knocking on my door due to false reports. And in February, that took the cake for me. And I'm gonna just leave it right there. What happened in February was me thinking, yeah, I need it.
This is why I say, have you ever actually watched yourself or listened to yourself talk? Because this right here, that last clip, I mean, come on. You yourself, you don't even believe your own lies. That's why you're like, GoFundMe, yeah, Anyway, though, back in February, you mean when you kept trying to get Ness the kid, but he wasn't going for it, and then you lost your accounts and you wanted to blame him? Is that what you're talking about in February? Yeah. I love how you spin this to fit your narrative, though. Keep going. And wait a minute. Why are you even back on here? Because what does this make? The 50th account now? You sure don't get the hint, do ya?
My drift. Who said they were suing Adrielle, made thousands of dollars on my name, and they never, ever put that money into what it said it was going into. People harassing my former places of work creating GoFundMes. We need an attorney to communicate with the school district, and the GoFundMe money is going towards the attorney to communicate with the school district. Lies!
Do you think if you clap loud enough or hard enough that it's going to make it the truth? Because exactly what you just said right there. Lies. Everything that you just stated, that's all lies. I beg you to prove that people have started a GoFundMe and made thousands to get attorneys and then didn't spend it on it. Because that never happened. That's lies.
If I'm ever in a dig, I'm going to go to Gibbs GoFundMe, it's just gonna sit there, and if GoFundMe wants to delete it, delete it. I don't want you to delete it. I wish the CEO of GoFundMe could see how it.
Sometimes I give you more credit than you deserve because I think, wow, I mean, she's persistent, I'll give her that. But then I hear clips like that, and I think she is just plain old fucking stupid. I mean, if GoFundMe wants to delete it, then delete it. Well, I don't want you to.
Because when these cyber stalkers created GoFundMes using my name, there were people who bought their teenager a car on my name. And another one who bought their child a car on my name.
Are you sure about that, Adriel? Look, $80 you've raised, and that's to help against, the accusations you made against him. But look at this. 0, 0, 0. Oh boy, I hate when you're called out. So again, please, prove it. Because it never happened. You are rage baiting at its finest. You want people to feel sorry for you. Poor Adriel had to spend $24,000 for shit you created. These other GoFundMes, those never happened. You're a liar.
I said I needed attorneys to combat all this harassment. Does GoFundMe stand with cyberbullying?
Let me answer that for you. No, they don't. Do they stand for someone who's trying to fraud other people out of their hard-earned money? No, they don't. Hence why you've been investigated not once, but twice. It doesn't sit well with them when they see someone like you creating several GoFundMes, especially so you can replace your flickin' savings. Again, I ask anyone, do you have $24,000 in your savings account? 'Cause I sure the hell don't. I mean, think about it. We went for custody of my husband's son, my stepson, years ago, and it cost us back then over $6,000. Imagine us making a GoFundMe and saying, we need help to replace that money that we spent on an attorney that we chose to get.
Everyone who's cyberbullying on the internet understands that some individuals escalate their actions into real life actions, but they definitely do. And they definitely have. My children and I have been displaced twice because of it. We had to move out of Jamestown, New York. We moved to Buffalo, New York. We had to move out of Buffalo, and now we're living here.
You don't say. Imagine all the people, like the coffee shop owners, that you blasted well over 100 videos trying to get them shut down, all because they wouldn't let you film. Or the girl at TJ Maxx because she didn't want you to film. I mean, the list goes on, Adriel. You didn't just, say something about them. No, you went real life and you showed these people. And repeatedly. And as far as you moving, well, that was your choice. Another question for the public. How many of you, while you were teenagers, or have teenagers, that have been in a fight? Just a fight. Did you up and move? No. In fact, I can't think of anyone that's ever moved over a fight that was pre-planned. And from your son essaying someone. But you chose to pick up and move. You chose to make it dramatic because that's who you are. And then you had to move from your second location because you were a nuisance to your neighbors above you and around you. Remember that fake cry you called the police and it turned out to be a cat? Yeah, that. And gosh, I could go on and on. This video was so long. But you say that you're just a poor single mom live streaming and you're good at what you do. Well, I beg to differ. You are far from good at what you do. And you technically have 3 children, but you take care of none. I don't care what you say. And wow, pretty reaching on your OF, huh? Because I heard about some content that's been leaked. Yeah, I thought you said only pathetic poor people do that. But the fact that you did it in your kitchen with your kids home, you're sick.